Yeah, no, we're here. We're live. We're live now. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
A halfling centaur, would it be like normal-sized horse and then really tiny?
Well, it could be like a pony, you know, like a pony.
True, it could be like, but then would it also be like a regular-sized man? Oh.
Yeah.
Or what if it was just literally a half a centaur?
So
just bisected down the middle.
So we were talking about some pretty cursed stuff before going live, including a quarterling, if it would just be a halfling cut in half, you know?
Or just a really small halfling.
Or just a really small halfling, yeah. But welcome, hello everyone. Now you guys, you know, you guys get to hear the cursed chatter.
Anyway.
What would be like a one and a halfling?
Just holding like a pair of legs.
It'd be like a normal person, but it has like a one of those talking tumor things.
Oh my god! Oh. Yeah, it'd be like that. There's one of the JoJo episodes of that's that basically. Anyways, alright. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a half-halfling.
So yeah, you can't say that word, Lonnie. You're gonna get canceled.
What a giant.
So,
anyway, we're never getting started.
So we're here with the three of us. I think Duncan, you said you might have to go early, right?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
My dad wants to go see Avatar, and so we're going to.
Oh, okay, nice.
Gang goes to a movie theater in Kurbak City.
Yeah, we'll just say you go to a theater of
play.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
exactly. I'll
yeah,
immerse myself in Boarman culture.
and it'll be about blue people too, just coincidentally.
I gotta say, wait, you're a blue person.
That would be cool if Helios took us around a little bit and was like, "Hey, look at what my people are like."
Yeah. But yeah, so the let me actually get
the map.
let's see. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be good.
The horny elves.
Okay. So
George, this is your homeland.
what happened last time? Why don't you guys let's do a little recap. What do you guys remember happening last time?
We took the castle to Kurbak City, and they were like, "Look at us!" And they were like, "Hell yeah!" And then we partied.
Oh yeah, Kurbak executed his son
He
yeah.
did.
for
Don't forget,
betrayal
yeah.
of the family.
Yeah.
Quick, yeah.
I was talking about this on stream a couple days ago. How like with or no, it wasn't on stream. It was my Friday game group. I was talking about them with this, and they were like, "That's pretty metal," and I was like, "Yeah, well, the group kind of like indirectly caused it in a way." Like you guys caused a lot of things, and that last session, a lot of the consequences sort of played out there, but it wasn't. That was
Direct crime.
Talvo's big mouth. You wouldn't think he was like a spy master.
yeah. But yeah, no, But you know, the son Mulu getting executed, not necessarily a bad thing for you guys. In fact, if anything, you're much closer allies with Kurbak now. He trusts you guys more as a result. So yeah, you know, it's just like when Locke killed Jed, right? There's ups and downs. The upside is you got what you wanted in that case, which was for the two groups of Boarmen to unite. You just didn't foresee the thing about her like murdering the leader and then taking full control, right? And well, I'll just let you know, if you guys hadn't done that, the plan of if you hadn't done the plan of uniting the two Boarmen groups together, things might have played out very differently with Hilda, with the castle, with the fact that Locke is now like setting up her own base. If she hadn't had these extra Boarmen, who knows? Maybe things would have gone differently. So you guys have certainly affected things in ways I didn't expect. But that's that's the fun about D&D though, right? It's like unlike a video game where there's preset options. I did not expect you guys to get the two Boarmen groups to work together. When you did, it made sense for things to go in a different way. So,
Edgy man.
A beautiful game.
But yeah, so yeah, you got to Kurbak. He gave you a bunch of like money as well as
We're fucking rich.
he gave you 5,000 gold, which is a lot. Like to put in perspective, 5,000 gold is like to put in perspective, that is 5,000 gold pieces is like enough to build a small keep realistically. It wouldn't be a castle, like a big castle, but you could build a small, it would probably be more like just a fort. You could build like a decent sized structure with this, right? This is the amount of like taxes that a baron would probably pay to Kurbak. One of his vassals would pay, right? You got basically a vassal's pay out of this. So it's a lot of money. And then he also gave you guys a few magic items. So what?
They
Yeah.
got
Oh,
magic items.
Magic.
You just got a shit ton of gold.
I had to.
Well, I mean, the
pay
thing
me
is
a
specifically
fucking
that.
nose to get to upgrade my rapier.
Yeah. I mean specifically the thing that Kurbak gave you, which has a specific purpose.
Oh, of course. Yes. I have those. Arrows for Kurbak, who's 20 feet tall and has
Yeah,
a bicep
spears.
the size of Helios. For
Yeah.
us, we have 3 spears of dragon slaying. So that we can go get Casaria, I believe it was.
Yeah.
The black dragon in the south that has
Casserole dragon.
yeah, the casserole.
Yeah, the
dragon.
casserole dragon, yeah.
Yes. It has
Yeah.
the shield of the scale that we want, the original.
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of different kind of like leads on different like powerful items and also different factions doing different things. You found out about how there's like a dwarven axe far in the west. You found out about 2 other flying castles that exist, although they're pretty far away. You found out
Satan's
about
hat.
Satan's hat, which is the real name is the Helm of the Archdevil, but yeah, basically Satan's hat. And you found out about the one that instantly, and I kind of suspected this would bring the most, or give you, be the most interesting to you, is the crest of the dragon, this shield, that not only is it like a powerful just item, like a powerful artifact shield, right? It is also a symbol that can unite many people, including the lizard folk, under the person who holds it. And seeing as the lizard folk make up the majority of the Dragon Elves Empire, the Dragon Elves are a significant part of the Empire, but they are a minority. Most of the Empire is either slaves or lizard folk, who are kind of semi-enslaved, you could basically say, as a large follower caste underneath the Dragon Elves. And so this kind of, since you guys eventually, or since Talvo at least eventually plans on trying to basically topple the Dragon Elves if needed, free like the slaves, this could prove very valuable. And so yeah, so you guys have a few different options, but in the meanwhile, your plan was to get some upgrades. Right now, you have Talvo getting his weapons upgraded, right?
Yes.
And-
Did I get them both? Did I upgrade both of them? My bow and my rapier?
Yes.
Just the rapier. Okay.
You upgraded both. I have that in my notes. Yeah, I made sure to write that down. You were also getting like a basic forge installed on the castle, on the flying castle, so that you have so that it's more of a mobile base of operations, for longer periods of time. I've written in my notes that Helios was going to try to spend some. So you guys have like a few weeks here, basically.
Yeah.
I believe.
I have my list of. I bought some funny papers.
Yeah,
Some scrolls and stuff.
and then
Image, invisibility, and slow. Because
Yeah.
of the black dragon that our party members told us about.
So I think, was it Helios or Adau who was basically also going to try to research the dragon? Couldn't remember.
Probably
I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Helios. Yeah, because Helios is a bard. Bards have stories, and a lot of the way you can get information is through stories. So Helios was going to be working on trying to listen for, or like seek out legends or historical sources talking about Casaria the dragon. Because that's the thing. Again, dragons are I've said this before. Dragons are very rare in this part of the world, but they do exist. They're known of. They're not like a mythical creature. Everyone knows they do exist. They are just exceedingly rare, right?
Don't we have a pair of like, because when Jed got his ass beat, didn't we get like a pair of speaking sending stones that we
Yeah.
And we can just have those. I also just have sending. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you do have a set of sending stones where you have both parts. So if you wanted to give one to someone,
Yeah, one thing I would want to. I mean, we have one with Kurbak, do we?
should have given one with Rhuk.
We had one with Mulu, I think, but we threw it.
Oh.
I think I threw it at somebody.
Are there any, like, can we train a pigeon to find a Rhuk and give him the other stone?
Well,
That would have been smart.
Yeah.
What I kind of wanted to do was take some of my dudes and be like, here's your sending stone, and then have them run off down there ahead of us while we're still waiting for stuff. Have them go like right now and just kind of scout out a little bit.
to the like the swampy area, the marshlands. Yeah. To put it in
Maybe get some stuff
perspective.
instilled in Balian and whatever this other
Okay.
over here to the right is.
Yeah, so the dragon is rumored to be like basically just slumbering off and on somewhere in the like great swamps of this area, right?
Yeah.
Which is like basically like the Louisiana bayou, swamplands, that sort of deal, right?
So yeah, I would definitely like to, just get a little scouting party down there, get some knowledge is power. It's kind of Talvo.
Yeah. It's one of those things that like, so this lizard folk again mostly live on like the islands, the archipelago of islands that is below this continent. But yeah, but there's also lots of lizard folk that live on the southern coast of this continent, and have for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? So like there's a bunch of towns and villages, not really any major cities, but there are a lot of villages and towns of lizard folk in these swamps. So, and those lizard folk they're normally not too friendly to outsiders, but they're also normally not going to be like kill on sight. So,
Good.
they generally do like actually trade with the people further inland, like the Boarman, humans, elves, right? So yeah, you could easily send. Let me write this out. So you're gonna send a group of men to Falayan and the swamplands.
Yeah, and this would be like my better guys, not like my
Okay.
not like my pretend beggar people who just kind of like hang around and listen,
Yeah. So you want to find? I'm assuming you want to find info about Aya and the situation in general in Falayan.
Yeah, just like what to expect and perhaps how people are gonna react to a giant fucking flying castle zooming down there.
Okay.
We can be so high up that they think we're maybe a bird. We're so small they can't make out what we are.
Yeah.
We can just approach on a cloudy day.
And then find info about the dragon is the other thing, right?
Like a dragon.
Maybe the
So
castle
I'm-
looks like a cloud.
So I mean, the funny thing is, you guys don't know how to do that, but in legends, the legends are that these castles were built originally by cloud giants, and they would wreath the castles in clouds to disguise them. That is actually a thing that is in legend.
I learned that.
But as far as you know, this castle and the other two that you know of in this continent are they're not controlled by cloud giants. So who knows if any.
Wait until we find the hidden room with the
EX
button.
Yeah, I mean,
another crystal.
Helios would be able to probably tell. Helios is the one who has the crystal, right? The command crystal, the remote control. So Helios would know just from like being attuned to it and using it that it's probably something to do with just the crystal itself, and he just doesn't have the knowledge yet to unlock that feature. It's a DLC. He's got to pay for it.
The
I have
T-Spin DLC.
30 gold left.
Yeah. No, but so.
That's a paradox DLC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no. So the so you could probably research that at some point. In fact, that is like probably a long-term project. You probably need to find the appropriate archives and records, but that is something you could work on.
Perhaps our archives are incomplete.
For right now, though, it sounds like Helios is going to be working on again researching for the dragon stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is Adau working on, Duncan?
So, you said that there was a small library in the castle, and while I will be reading whatever is in there, anything interesting or relevant to the manufacture of this castle, I guess. I'm looking specifically for stuff regarding its makers, or their descendants, or spiritual successors.
Okay. Do you speak Giant?
No, but I speak Dwarven.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, on all
I suppose, you know what? Because they're only tangentially related, that would be another goal of mine. Learn the language.
Yeah, learning Giant would help a lot with this sort of stuff. So that could be part of this, right? Let's see. Let me write this in my notes. So Adau is reading through documents and records. Most of the records would be like, basically, when I say library, it's not really like a full library, right? It's just like a study that was clearly like Hilda's like office, basically.
Okay.
But there are books like containing records and stuff. So
So the giants are originally from this continent, right? Like they're... Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't coming from Europe and then slaughtering indigenous people.
Well, so I mean, actually, this is the thing that Adau would actually be able to learn about. So
yeah, that's a little.
So here's what we're gonna do. Actually, so we have each of you have sort of these plans you're gonna be doing in this 2 to 3 week period. So for Adau, it's researching the castle, the giants, stuff like that. For Helios, it is researching about the dragon, Casaria, the black dragon, and TSM, Talvo, is going to be managing his spy network and sending out the spies, right? That's what we're going to say his job, because that would definitely take a while to coordinate and everything.
I guess the whole idea is like I'm going to try and get my, so right now they're kind of spread out everywhere. Like everyone's like, I'm going to try to, like, you know, we're all going to move south. I want, you know, not just don't stop at the lizard. Like if we can get some stuff about the
lizard.
So this is going to be. What my point is, though, each of you guys have these activities. What we're going to do is we're going to boil this down to a roll to see throughout this time how much progress you're going to be able to make, right? And this roll is not going to be like, if you roll too badly, it's not going to mean you like critically fail. It's just going to mean it's going to take longer, right? This roll is going to basically represent how quickly and how efficiently are you going to find this information that you guys are each seeking and stuff like that. So what I want is for Duncan, for Adau, that'll be either a history or religion check.
Oh, it's one of those.
For Helios, it'll be a history or yeah, I'd say just a history check would make the most sense. And then for TSM, for Talvo, I would say an investigation check.
Fuck.
How about an insight check? Can I
would have liked an insight check.
And so
you an insight check?
I don't know if this would work for Talvo because of the nature of the work, but with Helios and I both studying history, would we be reading the same texts and looking in the same places? Perhaps not the same text because he's researching the dragon. However, anyway, I just asked because I have guidance, a cantrip that allows me to increase an ability check by d4. So I was wondering if that could apply to some of these.
I would say again, this is not necessarily like a specific role. This is like representing the work over a couple weeks. But I will say that you could do that and add one of those to each of your roles. I'm fine with that. Because you would be.
I did just burn my inspiration there.
Oh, okay, cool. I got you. So then, so if you each want to roll a d4 to, what's a d4, right?
Yeah, d4.
Yeah, if you each want to roll a d4 to add on to your number, because again, Duncan would be basically using magics to guide all of your guys' research, right? It's not so much.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning every time I see them doing something, I'm like, you're guided now.
No, yeah, but I get it. You're helping them out, and divination magics like this are helpful. So, okay, pretty good. So Talvo got a 24. Wow, that's good. An 8 for Helios, not the best. Duncan got a 15, which is pretty good. It's decent, it's good. It's above average. So, let's start with Helios. Helios, unfortunately, you're not able to really get a lot of information. It's one of those things where it might be because actually, what languages does Helios speak? Actually,
a question. German? No. I never really decided.
Zarya speaks Swiss German actually.
Yeah, scheiße.
we should figure out what languages you speak. As a bard, how many do you get? I don't know if bard gives you any.
Silver. No, it's not. There's one universal speech. Can make, and that's not the same thing.
So you would know.
I can make someone understand.
Actually, let me go look at your sheet. What was your background?
It's just a blank white page.
No, it would be in here. Or we probably put it here. It is background entertainer. So your entertainer background. Does that give you any languages?
He's a content creator.
Hey guys.
Your background.
So entertainer doesn't give any new languages. So okay, so you actually would know Helios. We could say I'm gonna add this in the bottom left where you have proficiencies in languages. We're gonna say, whoops, hold on. So
Language proficiency.
yeah, so we'll say you obviously know Boarman language, and you also know like the local human tongue, which is I don't know what the name of it is.
Poetry, you're a psychopath. Not using dark mode on Roll20.
It's because it doesn't work as well on stream.
Like
but
my text is dark too for some reason, and it just blends in horribly.
It's just because on the stream it works better like this. But we could try dark mode.
I just love calling you out for no fucking reason.
How do you change that? Graphics? No. Miscellaneous?
Don't derail the stream, dude.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
So,
Keep moving forward.
alright, so anyways though, so Helios, it might be Helios because you're not like necessarily like you aren't able to talk to lizard folk really, and there are some lizard folk in this city, like not a ton, but there is probably in the way that Kurbak City is set up is likely kind of like where, again, it's relatively tolerant compared to how Boarman have been in the past. But it's still mostly like there's one district of the city where foreigners are really allowed to kind of mingle and like trade, and outside of that, most other parts of the city, it's just Boarmen. Maybe Boarmen and their slaves, because there are slaves of the Boarmen and stuff, right?
That's not great.
So so the Boarmen still do absolutely take a kind of very like supremacist like stance on a lot of this. But in the one district of the one district of the city with the foreigner district, right, there is a bunch of like more people from all over, right? It's one of those things where we're gonna say Helios is just not able to really kind of get any momentum picked up there. I'm assuming Helios would be kind of just like talking to different people in taverns, stuff like that, like probably performing on the way whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah, that's how we get people to talk.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you just,
load many low performance rolls.
I will say that you do get some of the basic information that, like, just kind of would be more general knowledge, like about black dragons, like in general. Not this specific one, but just in general, you would know that black dragons they generally stay in, like, swampy areas, right? Or maybe, like, forests occasionally. Cool. Yeah, which you already kind of knew. You would know that they also, unlike red dragons or other types of dragons, they don't have fire breath. They actually breathe like acid breath, like spray of acid.
Not great.
Mm-hmm. And they, as a result, they are also immune to acid too. So.
I don't have any acid, right?
I mean,
yeah, immune to fire though.
Still got 27 flasks of oil.
yeah, that's fire. That's not right. That's not acid.
Oil is neutral.
Yeah. So, anyways, so the let's see. So yeah. So that is so that's one thing to note. Let's see. And that would, unfortunately, that's going to be all you really find right now. Let's go to Talvo next. Or actually, we'll do Adau next. We'll leave Talvo for last since you got the best roll. So Adau, You are able to actually start deciphering some of this stuff, and you do find that you do actually find like a book written by a cloud giant. In fact, it's written by the cloud giant who owned this castle long ago. And I don't have a name for them. But you know, I will, yeah, exactly. Let me just generate, I'm just gonna randomly like roll a name. Because it doesn't really matter. This is not like a crucial character. They've been dead hundreds, if not thousands of years. We'll say Flobog. I just rolled a random one on the table. Flobog.
We go way back.
Yeah. So Flomog, the giant, was a cloud giant who owned this castle long ago, and they kind of detail some of the stuff. And they, unfortunately, like, I'm assuming, are you looking for, like, I'm assuming you're trying to find out, like, specifically stuff about running the castle, right?
Yeah, running it as, yeah, essentially running it.
He's digging through the
like,
box.
yeah, I'm assuming you'd be looking. Yeah, so you would find out. So unfortunately, it seems like this cloud giant, he kind of talks about in his journals here about how he was like a descendant of a long line of cloud giants who long ago made this castle, among many others. And from what it basically, in game terms, this cloud giant describes what in game terms you would say is like 10th level magics. The cloud giant basically says, like, the magics that I hold as a cloud giant, which are pretty strong, pale in comparison to that of my forefathers, the ones who created this castle. And so this cloud giant would be kind of lamenting the fact that a lot of this technology has been lost. And this was already long ago. He does say that he thinks that it would be possible. He basically, the cloud giant would say, he thinks it's possible that if you were to kind of bolster the power of the crystal that is like the engine of the thing, right? He thinks it could be possible to reactivate some of the other features, right? He just kind of, but he laments basically saying, like, if we could bring together the cloud giants again to work together, but he kind of basically says, like, unfortunately there's too much infighting and stuff, and from what you guys know now, you've never heard of a living cloud giant in this part of the world at all. You heard about that one storm giant, and you know there's minor giants, but cloud giants, specifically the giants of the sky, you have not even heard of existing for hundreds of years.
Well, maybe we'll bump into one of them up here.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, so basically it seems like if you are able to bolster the crystal's power, it could kind of reactivate some of these locked features, these features that the knowledge of which has been lost. And there would be mention of these features. One of them is the cloud cover, like I talked about before, right? Creating clouds to disguise the island. The second one that might even be more enticing is that apparently this crystal used to have, or these castles in general, used to have the ability to teleport themselves. The entire castle would teleport, and you could teleport it hundreds of miles, go from one side of a continent to the other in a second. And yeah, and so when you hear, when Adau reads that, I'm assuming he'd probably be like, "What the fuck?" Like, because that is like high level magic to move an entire castle that far, right?
Moving a person that far is like 9th level, right? Not
The what?
9th level, but 7th level.
Well, so yeah, so that's, yeah, right. So like, that's the thing. Again, normal spells range from level 1 to 9, right? To create the towers, the flying castles, was beyond that even, right? And this type of magic, this teleportation magic, would also be like 10th level magic if you were going to put a number on it. The way that I kind of think of stuff like that in my world is that, like, normal humans or normal mortals, right, can have magic between levels 1 and 9, right? Spells up to 9th level. But if you have like a group of master magicians, right, mages, a circle of mages can create magics that go beyond what they could individually do, right? And also from like the gods. Gods can also grant magic beyond that.
There's no gods here.
There's no gods here, yeah. I mean, Kurbak says he's a god, though.
Kurbak hates the other one. He was hungry.
I ain't gonna say shit to him.
So the idea is that, like, while 10th level or beyond magics are very, very rare because you need a group of master mages or a god to do it, the giants who made these castles had access to that sort of stuff.
So what I know of in Legend, I suppose, were they the only ones to achieve that level of power, or are there other groups of people who are less uncommon, maybe, like, you know, mages in towers, stuff like that? Maybe, well, I don't know. Yeah, who else would have this sort of ability? Maybe not to this level, but something similar.
Roll me another history check. This would be, because this is tangentially related. So, you actually are able to find mention of one other group that use it. So it apparently has something to do with the crystals and the way the crystals work. That was kind of pioneered by the Cloud Giants. You actually do find mention of another group that actually pioneered the use of crystals for great magical purposes. However, the other group is called the Gith.
Okay, interesting.
And do you guys know out of character what those are?
No.
So Gith are a classic D&D thing. They've actually showed up in this campaign in the third episode of the first season. And yeah, Duncan, you know what Gith are out of character, though, right?
Am I allowed to Google this just out of character? Like what they are?
They're like slaves, right?
So Gith, it depends on which setting you're in, but Gith are basically these these humanoids that live in the astral plane. They and they use psionics and stuff. They're very 80s sci-fi fantasy type of deal. Very pulp, old school D&D things. So you are able to find mention of this, Duncan, this group of Gith. In character, Adau would have no idea what the Gith even are, because they just, unfortunately, this part of the world can't reach the astral sea.
Yeah, have fun getting to them. Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, there is another group. Unfortunately, they're not. You can't really access them right now.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe you'll find other leads later, right?
Yeah.
And
okay.
To be clear, though, the Cloud Giants journal, when it says that they wanted to bolster the crystals, right? They didn't say how. It's not like you necessarily need a Cloud Giant to do that.
Yeah.
It seems like they basically imply as long as you could find a source of magic, a powerful source of magic, or another magical item, right? You could probably do something about it.
We should have dumped the castle in the wellspring before we left.
Fuck. Should have taken it for a swim.
Well, yeah.
Let's just ram it into the wall and just see what happens.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, so so that's what you're able to find there, kind of briefly summed up.
May I ask a quick question about my route?
About what?
Ask a quick question about my route.
Sure.
Does baking soda exist in this world? Some kind of
probably. Yeah.
I mean, baking soda is kind of, sort of naturally occurring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like calcium carbonate. That's
Okay. No, thanks.
Okay. But yeah, so then let's get to Talvo. So Talvo's kind of downtime activity is kind of managing sending out these spies, basically. We can call them.
Getting wasted at taverns.
Getting wasted at taverns. That's good too.
Yeah, naturally.
Okay. Are you actually? I'm curious, real quick. Are you guys going to taverns and stuff together,
Dude, I have
when we can, sure.
a popular demand, so I get free lodging everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean that makes sense too.
It's also my town.
You just flash the Imperial Seal, be like, I'm important.
Every day.
I also have that, but free entertainment.
Then we just kind of meet for drinks at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
What we were getting.
So yeah. So let's see. So Talvo, you rolled really well. So what I'm going to say, you're not going to get the results of this labor, right? But we're going to say you are able to really easily equip your spies that you're sending out, right? You are able to basically go out to you're able to quickly gather some intel about like what do the people wear in like Falayan, right? And you're able to go to a tailor instantly, be able to commission like clothes so your spies fit in, right? In fact, you probably even actually are able to somehow find through just underground contacts. You go to like a fence who has like dragon elf uniforms, right? You get some of those, and you do actually have a couple elves in your group. And they're not dragon elves, they're normal elves, but the dragon elves employ plenty of normal elves to different degrees, right? The thing, right, the dragon elves are very much like, they believe themselves to be the superior type of elves, right? But they also don't mind if elves serve them, right?
At least you're an elf.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, so they would much rather have elves, normal elves, serving them as vassals, right, than humans or other things serving them as vassals. So yeah, so you basically are able to really well equip these guys. You are actually also able to find through your work here you actually find a lizard man who can act as a translator for the group, because I imagine you're setting like 2 separate groups of spies, like a couple going to Falayan, a couple going to the area where the dragon is known to exist, roughly. And so you're able to find a lizard folk translator for who's basically like, oh, I was heading that way anyways, I could go with your guys. So again, we're not going to get to what they find out yet, because that's going to take a while. But suffice it to say, they're going to have a really, like, the best chance possible of getting some good information. And yeah, so as a couple weeks go by here, you guys do, it is nice that for your characters that you get a chance to relax and stuff. One such night where you all are kind of hanging out in a tavern together with Helios on stage, strumming his, or not fiddling. I don't know what it's called. Stroking the viol. Yeah.
Stroking on stage.
Just stroking off on stage.
Yeah, exactly. So
make money somehow, right?
So as Helios is stroking away, actually, here, roll me a performance check. Let's see how you do this particular night.
Yeah, you're bankrolling.
Okay,
this.
it's an all right one. Maybe the previous night you had like a banger performance. So you're pretty tired, right? This is kind of like the leftover energy that you had. So it's not like your best performance, but keep in mind a 12 is still like 2 points above the average. An average person would be like a 10 flat, right? So yeah, so you're like, the worst you can do, even if you like, consider it this way: if you roll a natural 1, that's still a 7, which is only a little worse than average, right? And that's the worst you could possibly do. It's just yeah. So as Helios is performing, you notice, Helios, that actually, yeah, this is a good chance for an insight roll.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm not.
So you're a little distracted, but you do notice after a while that you do notice after a while, like, oh man, there's this one guy over back in the corner who is just like watching me so intently. And you start to notice this because you're like, man, I don't feel like I'm playing that good tonight. You know, Helios in his head is like, man, normally if I roll a 20, he wouldn't think that in terms of roll. But no, he'd be like, man, normally I would get this attention, but tonight I'm surprised that this dude is this one random dude in a corner, kind of like a shady looking dude, is just like, it looks like he's like fucking in love with my music.
About time. Recognition.
Sorry, that was a Bluetooth speaker.
I mean, Talvo's out there headbanging, man. Like, he's rocking.
Yeah, we're watching to the Veal concert. No.
Stroke. Yeah.
So
We're all having a stroke together.
do you notice this guy that seems to be enamored by your playing?
So am I the only one that took notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the concert, bro.
I feel like if
I'm wiggling my worm.
Helios is really giving him a couple of weird looks, Talvo might be kind of like Talvo is getting...
I kind of said the gesture like,
okay,
something's a little off here.
Yeah, we could say that at least Talvo would notice that. Talvo's pretty perceptive for situations like this.
Yeah. Maybe in like entertainment
I don't
fashion.
know. I don't know.
Should we engage with him or not? It'd be kind of funny.
What kind of vibe would I be getting off this guy? Is that an insight check?
Yeah, that'd be an insight check.
Oh, I get advantage on insight. Let's go. That's what I've been taking. I have not rolled insight once this whole campaign, and I took the merchant background that gives me advantage on insight.
Yeah. Well, isn't that only specifically with negotiations, though?
Nope.
It's just in general? Okay.
Whoa.
So I'm giving him like a, hey, this guy's like odd, but kind of like into it.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, so you would be able to, Talvo, you would get the idea that this guy is definitely, he seems like the roguish type. He seems like he's probably some sort of just kind of like petty thief, honestly, just from looking at him. And more than that, you definitely seem like there's something going on where it looks like he's like enamored with the performance, but it seems like he's kind of playing that up a bit. Like he really wants to make it look like he's enamored with it.
Okay. I think in that situation, Talvo would kind of slip over and like hit him with a little bit of thieves' cant, trying to like just make a little small talk or something.
Okay. Yeah, if you do like thieves' cant, like do like a symbol that is you at this point you've been in the city. This is like a week and a half after you've got here, right? You've got a hang of like kind of the symbols that thieves and stuff use in this city. And when he sees it, he's like he looks up at you and then just says out loud, he's like, oh, didn't mean to bother.
Not a problem. Just trying to make sure everything's okay.
He's like, oh, yeah, that's your friend up there, right?
Yeah.
I heard about you guys. You guys are quite the group.
Oh, thank you.
I'm headbanging. I'll be right back.
So what brings you out tonight, friend?
He's like, oh, well, I heard about, heard about you all, but specifically your friend up there, Helios, right?
Yeah.
He's a master at his craft.
I assume I can't hear any of this.
Nah, you're busy performing.
Yeah, you're busy up there. We're just.
But you do see Talvo talking to the guy, so I don't know. You probably assume like, oh, it's handled, whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
So.
But
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, no, he's a master at his craft. I just wanted to see it in action, and plus I think, I don't know. I was gonna talk with him, but I guess I could talk with you. I actually think I have something that might interest him.
Oh, what embrace is this guy, by the way?
He's human, actually.
Whoa.
that was phrased so horribly.
We can't throw that on Twitch.
Oh my god. So yeah, this guy. So this dude is it's a human guy actually.
He's just a guy.
Just some guy.
Yeah, this is one of the parts of the city that has like a mix of people. It's like kind of at the edge of like the foreign district, right? So it's not crazy to see a human,
Good vibes.
I mean, it would make sense. I think Talvo would tend to hang around those kind of like mixed race, mixed racials. Like it's a good way to gather information, and,
Yeah.
So I guess I would, I give him a hand. Like, my name is Talvo. I can introduce you after the concert if you'd like.
Yeah.
He's like that'd be awesome. Again, it's something that I just think your friend would be really interested in.
Yeah. You buy him a drink, he'll listen to whatever you have to say to him. I know the guy.
Yeah.
He gave me like a thumbs up, and I'm like,
I'm gonna show him his.
Yeah. So then you can kind of like chill and maybe make some small talk with the dude, I guess, while you're waiting for the performance to end.
I would just, I'd try to like, glean a little bit of information off him. Obviously, I know if he's another roguish type, he's probably.
Yeah.
He knows when he's being probed for passive information, so I wouldn't expect to get a whole lot off of him.
Yeah, lots of his answers are like, when you ask him, like, what he does, he's like, oh, I do stuff around, You get the idea that it's definitely underhand, like, rogue, like, maybe even criminal work.
Would I get a name when I offered mine and shook his hand?
Sure. Yeah, he would give you the name, which would be, oh god, I come up with a name. Jim Bob. No, we already have a Jim Bob, don't we? Yeah, it'll be
Jim Bob's rogue symbol.
yeah.
Why do you have that ready on your phone?
Well, it'll just be his name is gonna be Sammy. His name is Sammy.
Sammy. That is such a
yeah. So Sammy is here, and he's like, yeah, you would get the idea that he doesn't really want to talk about his work too much. It's definitely criminal, but he doesn't seem like he's a fucking like serial killer. He's like just a petty thief, right? Like maybe fences good, stuff like that.
There's nothing I can do to like be like, buddy, like I'm surely like.
I mean, you run a prolific spy network, you've probably heard of it.
Directly tied to the name Talvo, but
I would say if you want to do like a persuasion check, but if you roll really badly, you risk kind of like closing it, like shutting him down, right? So.
All right, I've been doing good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
shit.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. So. Yeah, you kind of like just start talking to him. You get him a couple drinks, and he does start to loosen up, and he starts to loosen up, and okay, now I gotta go look at my names, because he works for someone. He's not actually like working on his own. Hold on. So
I just perform better and boost that.
So he no. So yeah. He starts to open up, and it eventually kind of lets us slip. He's like, oh yeah, no, I work with a group actually, and we I work for this Boarman. He's a great guy named Balo.
Balo.
Yeah, Balo the Boarman.
Balo.
So he's like, yeah, work for Balo. A few of us actually. We're trying to stick together,
All right. Cool. What sort of stuff does Balo do? What's he like?
Oh, he's I mean, we generally just kind of like sneak into some warehouses when they're not guarded, take stuff no one's gonna really miss that much, and sell it.
Oh yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the impression that he definitely is leaving out other stuff. Like it seems like he probably is like they're probably the type who do muggings and stuff like that too.
Okay, I was gonna try and see if I could steal this guy away. No, maybe not. Cool. Yeah, I mean, as a fellow criminal overlord, I wouldn't be undisposed to meeting Balo sometime. Share some word stories, tips and tricks, how we run stuff.
He's like, I mean, actually, when I was going to talk to your friend Helios there, I was going to offer for you guys or Helios to come, buy or at least look at what we had on offer.
I think we would be interested to a point.
And about this, yeah, sorry.
I'm not gonna follow you with no weapons into some seedy little den, but if you could meet in a pretty public area and you could just kind of talk about what you might have.
He's like, well, I mean, I could go get Balo and bring him here, but.
It's not a backroom deal if you do it in the town square.
It seems like when you kind of put him on the spot, he definitely is a little bit like, I don't really like this.
My brother, I know how this stuff goes. I'm not gonna follow you where no one's gonna hear me scream, being enticed by a good deal.
It's like, I'll go get Balo and bring him here. He can talk to you.
Okay, that'll work for me.
Yeah, and so he'll actually just scurry off and go to get Balo. And Helios, you're kind of wrapping up your performance when...
Yeah, during that, I would give Helios a little wave hey, let's...
Okay. Yeah. So Helios, you kind of wrap up the performance, go over... I'm assuming Talvo explains the situation. Maybe Adau as well, because Adau would be in here, right? So...
She's just like twerking in the corner and you're like,
Adau was off just like talking to a cute girl, and now we have to like take him away from that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
note in the air.
We got plot.
A few minutes later, after you kind of explain the situation, the door opens and you see oh god, what was the human's name? Sammy. You see Sammy walk in and leading in a Boarman. Balo is kind of an interesting looking fella. He has very short tusks for a Boarman and like very bulky arms. Like he looks like a fucking bodybuilder in the arms.
Word it out.
Yeah.
Making up for the little tusks.
Well, yeah, so it's kind of funny because Helios has some weird proportions for a Boarman in that Helios is kind of like, you know, scrangly, like scrawny. Yeah, but this guy is kind of like the opposite. This guy's also oddly proportioned, but in a way that just like he just
Tyler 1.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, his facial features are very unique for a Boarman too. Again, he's got like much shorter tusks, kind of a shorter snout, just kind of like a weird kind of like proportion to him. But he comes over and Sammy leads away. They just sit down at like the booth or whatever, and Bala was like, it just goes like, "Ugh." And in Boarman will actually say like to Helios and be like, I hear you play a good tune on that viol.
Just missed it. I can go again.
That won't be necessary. I have something that may interest you.
Go on.
We've got a bow for you.
Which kind? Like there's
He's like, yeah, the instrument kind.
the instrument kind?
He's like, because he looks at like your instrument. Hey, Momo. Sorry, Momo was like chewing on herself. Momo, stop.
Hey, Momo.
I thought the door was closed so Momo couldn't come in.
Almost another Boarman.
It was open so Momo could come in.
So he's like, yeah, we got a bow for your viol that I think you'd like. It's a fancy one. Can't say where I got it, obviously, but it's well, let's just say it's made of ice splick. Which means nothing to you guys. Yeah, it means nothing because it's a made-up word for my world, ice splick, that's the elven. It's basically my world's equivalent of mithril.
I also know what that is.
Yeah, so mithril is like it's like a
Lightweight,
inherently magical lightweight metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think Frodo's chain shirt was mithril in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Okay, I also know Lord of the Rings lore completely.
Yeah.
Can I do like an arcana on it just to see in character what I would know when he says the name?
So he would actually continue and he would say it's ice splick and it's enchanted ice splick at that.
Man, I'm not.
I mean, honestly, the other two could also make arcana checks if they want.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm talking to a pretty girl.
No, we pulled you away.
We're talking about the fancy.
Yeah, they cockblocked you.
Sorry. I can't believe it.
We cockblocked you for plot.
Hey, babe, do you want to hear about the cloud giants?
Yeah. So if you guys, if Talvo and Adau, okay, so Adau would know just so like Helios, you would know in character, like as you know, Helios the Boarman would know what ice splick is. Everyone knows what ice splick is, right? It's like a lightweight, pretty like inherently magical metal, right? But Adau and Talvo would know that like if it's actually enchanted ice splick, that means that it's probably gonna be pretty rare. Whatever its properties are, probably gonna be pretty valuable and rare.
Okay, at that point, Talbot would ask, I'm not going to ask exactly where you got this, but if someone sees us with it, are we going to be in trouble?
Yeah, what's the catch? Yeah, I'm like...
He's like...
What's the catch?
Did you take this from Kurbak himself?
No.
Otherwise, I don't care.
No, I'll tell you, we took it from some elves. And
There's a lot of elves in the world, my dude.
unless they come back from the grave, you don't need to worry about it.
I look at Adau, I was like, right?
Let's just say there's a lot of elven merchant caravans that are easy pickings.
Fair enough.
Knife ears, am I right?
Yeah.
I pull out my mace.
No, but So he's like, we're only gonna ask for a few hundred gold for it.
Of 30.
It's gonna explode in his hands.
Yeah.
A few hundred gold. Why are you offloading it for so cheap?
Listen, we really don't want to go through the trouble of trying to find a more high-end buyer. We know you guys are buddies with the Imperial Court, but you seem like the kind that are still more down to earth.
True.
I can just persuade them that I found it on the ground.
Yeah. Next to it.
See, the thing is, if we tried to find a different buyer, it'd be an artifact collector or a nobleman or a merchant. They're not going to use it to play music. They're just going to try and buy it to resell it later. They're going to want a proof of authenticity, all this stuff. Whereas you, and he pointing to Helios, he's like, you could use it.
I'm slightly more convinced. I am apprehensive, but more convinced.
What is how would the Boarman how do they feel about like thieves and stuff like that? Is this like a cut off their hand situation?
Yeah, it's one of those things where in this part of the city, if you steal from a non-Boarman merchant, they don't care. They're not going to really. They're not going to. It's going to be like the San Francisco Police Department. They're not going to do anything. But
unless you have a dog.
But yeah, exactly. But in the Boarman part of the city, if you stole from a Boarman, then they're going to get more serious.
Okay.
All right.
In character, I'd be like, okay, not the biggest one for thievery, but
Yeah. So you would know, like, if someone somehow reported that this was stolen from elves, the Boarmen aren't going to give a shit.
yeah. Out of character, the baddies to the south are elves, right? They're like the
Dragonets, yeah.
dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all right. So out of character. Last thing I do before, like, I'm gonna have to walk off.
Okay, that's fine.
But
He goes out with the girl. He's like, all right, go, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm going home with a pretty.
We can honestly, that's fine. We can say that. Well, let's roll.
And however, wait, before I do that, my 2 cents on this matter are Helios. You have identify. So as you're inspecting the bow, identify it, and then if it's if it's gonna kill you or something, then obviously you just go ham on the thieves. But I'll be off somewhere. I trust you can handle it, especially with your new map.
Let's say here. Wait, real quick, Duncan. Roll me a persuasion check. We're gonna see how charismatic. We're gonna see how hot the partner you're taking home is.
That'd be perception.
All right,
Okay.
She or he, I don't know how Adau rolls. She's pretty, like, she's a little bit above average, we'll say. Yeah.
Understandable.
You get like a distant thumbs up, like, yeah.
Realism.
Yeah. So yeah, Adau is able to actually. It's actually like the girl comes over.
I know what's up.
The girl comes over here and it's like Adau, you said you would take me to the inn that you had, the inn room you rented out, and we can say Adau heads off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, but yeah. So I will see you guys
in
a week.
See
Let
ya.
me know what happens. Hopefully you guys don't commit any war crimes, because I bet that we wouldn't.
As I was real quick.
Yeah, spirit of Christmas. Yeah.
Can you give me an idea what our gold situation is looking like? Like if this.
Oh yeah, I am. All right, so here I'll just put it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, just put it in the chat.
Here's everything that we have in the castle that I took a note of.
Okay, I forgot we pooled all our money in. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have 30.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, a week from today is Christmas. So are we playing Christmas Day?
We can figure that out. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about that.
Steal a star for the tree or some bullshit.
Yeah, we put a tree in the middle of the courtyard. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Have a good one.
See ya.
See you, Duncan.
Yeah. All right, now I gotta fix the cameras. Hold on.
Good opportunity for me to take a pic.
Yeah, actually, why don't we take a little break here? This is a good little break time. It's about halfway through the session, or we might go a little longer time. We'll see. But either way, this is a good chance to do that while I fix this shit. So we'll see you guys soon. Okay. We're back. Let me just fix OBS.
Guards, this man stole my background.
So,
You can't really see it on the preview on the thing.
yeah, the
My lamp. Okay.
give me a second. All right, there we go. So, hold on.
Where were we? Oh, right, the black market.
So this dude is like Adau gets dragged away by his date, you know. And you guys, you know, you're here to relax for a couple weeks, so you're probably like, let him go, we can handle this, right? This guy, the Boarman, doesn't really, besides the Boarman you're talking to, like, he is pretty intimidating looking, like, physically. He doesn't have, like, any weapons on him, and the other human, they might have, like, a dagger stuffed away somewhere, but they don't have any, like, visible weapons or armor on, so. He's, like, how tall is he? Actually not that tall for a Boarman either, so that's the other thing. That's the other thing that kind of makes him oddly proportioned, is that even though he's pretty muscular in, like, his chest and arms, his biceps, he's actually kind of stout, kind of, like, short.
So like me, but stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm -1. I'm a stick. Okay.
Yeah, so he yeah, so you guys are talking. That little interruption happens where Adau gets dragged away. And then he's like, so, we got a deal? You guys can just come by and look at it, and if you don't want it, no skin off my scrote.
Do Boarman have spoilers?
Yeah.
So
3 of them.
Y'all are double stitched?
I was unlucky. We have 4. So he said go somewhere. So why don't they go somewhere? I mean, we're already here.
Where would the somewhere be?
He's
Would
like,
it be like a shop front or something, and we just go into the back room or whatever.
we got a place, you know.
Oh, we got a place too. The whole city.
Everyone's got a place unless they're homeless, my dude.
So, we don't really like to share it out that much.
I would just try to hit with like a thieves' camp. You know, just a little bit of like, I get what you're going after, but you know, your secret will be safe with me.
Yeah, he's like okay. He's like it's a place where no one's gonna interrupt us. Because he's like here's the thing, right? It's not so much that I'm worried about us getting caught. It's more like you guys do have a good bit of attention on you.
Fair.
All right. I'll come and I'll meet you, but is it okay if I bring some friends?
He's like, sure.
Okay.
Just don't bring a whole army. That's gonna be pretty obvious.
I'm not gonna make the Boarman march to the city again.
Yeah. So he's like, So he's like here. He'll be like, okay, it's in an old crypt actually. In an old part of the city, underground. You go into the sewers, take a couple turns, you find an entrance to an old crypt from the humans or whatever who built the city long ago.
How about we meet you tomorrow? Because no offense, but it's not a good idea to make purchases drunk. And
no, he nods. He's like, I actually was gonna say. He's like, I was actually gonna say, it'd be better tomorrow.
All right, sounds like a deal.
Deal to meet.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, yeah, you guys come by and look at it, and yeah. So he'll head out. And he burps on the way out just like that.
Party message, yeah.
But so okay, so yeah, he'll head out. And yeah. From there, I'm assuming you guys just kind of hang out, drink, and then go back home.
Chat a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, and then are you guys sleeping in? Because like Helios can sleep anywhere if he just plays and earns his way that way. But you guys literally have rooms in your flying castle that are more nicely furnished than most inns.
That is true, yeah. And the Adau's in the streets.
in some alleyway. Got her up against the wall. No, but I assume that like we would have found some place to kind of like park the castle where we could have. You know, it's not like we have to climb, 100 feet of rope while we're wasted trying to get up there.
Yeah, no, they would have. Like, so the citadel, right, in Kurbak's citadel is sitting on top of like a hill in the center of the city. So you could easily kind of pull it up next to the hill and have, they would have put in like a ramp, like a temporary ramp up. A gangplank, basically.
With guardrails.
Yeah, with guardrails, OSHA compliant, yeah.
Those were added like a week after several...
Yeah, after some incidents, yeah. So, so we'll say that you guys are, you start, like, heading back, right? And, as you're heading back, it's like a decently busy night, right? People are just kind of going home from drinking and stuff like that. It's not too late. You hear someone call out, and this is kind of like in the middle of a decently busy street. Someone calls out and says, "Helios! Talvo! Is that you?"
Do we know who this is?
Obviously,
we look towards it.
You look around, and there's like a dude who's like wearing like a priest's garb. And he's a big old smile on his face. Is he human? Is he human, by the way? Yeah, he's got actually a couple of like bodyguards with him, but he himself is just in priest's like cloak.
Fuck. Dude, we sinned so much tonight. Hello.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, so he'll approach you guys. He'll smile and like reach out a hand to handshake you guys.
I'll take the handshake.
Yeah, handshake.
Yeah, he looks at you, he's like, "You all, I was seeking you, and your friends, Adau and Rhuk, where are they?"
Dow's in there.
When you say in there, where are you pointing to?
Tavernish. I'm like, he's...
Okay. Well, he's not in there anymore, but like, he's somewhere.
Yeah, but we don't know where he went.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
You take Rhuk.
Rhuk,
he's no longer with us.
busy. Busy guy,
Yeah, also, you're pretty quiet, TSM, in Discord.
Again?
Yeah.
I usually just turn like poetry down and then my audio up.
Yeah. Anyways, alright, but it's not big. So like, he's around, is what you said?
Yeah.
Busy.
Oh, he's busy,
He's
okay.
a really busy guy.
Yeah. He's busy.
The guy smiles, he's, that's a shame. I wanted to share something with you. He's like, "I apologize for the intrusion on your business, but I wanted to show you all something."
You just show me something.
He whips out his dick. No, just kidding. No, he reaches into his cloak and pulls out like a scroll, and then starts unfurling it, and he shows it to you all. It's like a drawing, like a sketch done with like charcoal, right? It's a charcoal sketch, and he asks you all, "Do you recognize this?" And what you see in the scene is it looks like it's like a slightly wooded area, right? There's actually a river running in the background, and you see a couple of what look to be like just like normal guards or soldiers sitting around a campfire, but they're kind of like in the scene here, right? They're looking up at a man, actually an elf, coming down at them with a bill, a weapon, a bill, right? Like a similar to the one that Adau uses. And this elf with a bill is swinging it at them, and these like two guards are looking up in shock. And on another side, off to one side, is a slightly roguish looking fellow with kind of some flamboyant clothes on. It reminds you of Talvo, with a bow aimed at them. And then a Boarman next to him. And then a man that looks like Rhuk. Like this orc-inspired kind of like face paint and other stuff, right, that Rhuk has. Filed teeth next to him. And
picture, man.
you guys do recognize it.
Where did you get that from?
He's like, so you do recognize it?
No, I just said it was a cool picture.
This
And by
is.
the craftsmanship.
He's like, this was you, was it not?
To be fair, I was the one in the background over there. No.
He looks at you guys. He looks at Talvo. He's like, you were the one that killed them. Our magics have told us so.
That's not quite what happened.
Oh, we know that Adau was the one who tried to kill them first. I work for one who serves the gods. Actually, hold on. He would say, I work for one, a holy warrior of the god Tapwa, the god of balance. And you all have crimes that need to be atoned for. And with that, he reaches for his side, and the guards pull out their weapons, and it's going to be initiative.
Adau's not even here to reap them. What he sowed. Alright, you planned this. You knew what you were doing as soon as Adau said he couldn't be here. This was saved up for weeks.
This is kind of, but this is going to be funny. So hold on, let's see. This has been brewing for a while. Yeah, this is
So yeah, you've been waiting for the moment to hit the step out to do this.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's also this is the first time when there's been a significant amount of time that's passed where you guys have been in one place, right? So, let's go ahead and put you onto a battle map. So again, this is taking place in like a basically like this. It looks like it's like a street. There's like a couple market stalls nearby, but it's just kind of like a normal street.
People milling about?
There are, but it is late enough at night where it's not super busy. And people, when it was clear there's sort of a standoff going here, a couple people started to give you space, being like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Especially because this dude is obviously like a priest of some sort or like holy man of some sort. Hold on, let me
switch to battle music.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well. And let's see. Let me open up the initiative tracker. All right, so make sure to click on your token first, and then roll into initiative. As these guys apparently want to avenge those soldiers you randomly killed a while ago.
Didn't want to. Holy shit.
Did I not?
No, you just for once rolled good.
Yeah, just make sure you gotta click on your token though first.
I did. It's not.
Are you sure you have the selector tool clicked and not the measuring
That
tool?
would do it. I've been measuring myself the whole time. Can I keep that one? No.
No, I'll switch it to the
19, yeah.
19. Well, otherwise, it's still a good roll though. That's still good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Dude, I got a low and a high.
Okay. I will say, just looking at these, like the bodyguards with this dude, they do seem like they are also like working, like they basically seem like they are dedicated guards of this holy man, whoever this holy man is, but they don't seem very strong. And the holy man himself, it's kind of hard to tell, like looking at a priest, how powerful their priestly magics are, right? But he doesn't strike you as being like a master magician or anything. In fact, I need to actually pull up his sheet. Okay, hold on. I gotta put this here. This is not the right one. Just delete that. Well, do I already have this sheet somewhere? I'm not seeing it. I must. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hold on. And then the last one.
Sober you up real quick.
Okay, so there's that. Hold on. There's that. Okay, just let me move around this stuff so I can more easily see what the heck I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay. Descending order. Hey, there we go. So, let me zoom in a little more on the stream. Make sure the stream can see initiative tracker. Okay, cool. So yeah, so these guys basically just like kind of come out of again, they just approached you, and in the middle of the street, the dude basically is like, "Is this you?" You guys basically kind of like give a non-answer, and it seems like he already knew the answer. He was obviously just basically trying to call you out, right? It didn't matter what you guys were going to say at this point. He was like, "I know it's you. We're doing this," and that brings us to Helios. I mean, both of you guys are actually going to go first, which makes sense. It became pretty clear to you guys that this was not going to be a friendly encounter, and so Helios, you're the first to go though. You spring into action. What are you going to do?
Good question. So, I think part of me would want to like avoid like a, you know what, hold up.
Yeah, I don't want to maybe murder 3 guys in the streets of Kurbak City.
Yeah, I mean would this not upset the balance even further? Yeah, you know. Kind of like maybe not successfully talk him down, but give like a hold up. What I can do turn-wise to make that happen, but
I mean,
could you just like stun them and we walk away?
Could do that.
Hypnotic pattern would, if they all failed, right? They would. There's a good chance one of them might succeed.
We would be provoking them anyway. But I'll do that next.
But hypnotic pattern is like a non-damaging thing, right? It would be a way to avoid hurting them actively.
True. Okay, we'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like a quick stun, like hold.
Yep. We don't even need to draw it because you're easily able to hit just them 3. It might also hit a couple random passersby, but that's fine. They're not going to get hurt. Yeah, they're not going to get hurt.
They're fine.
So let's see. Here's the question though: are they going to fail? Let's do the like bodyguards first. What is it? A wisdom save? Yeah, wisdom. Top one first. They actually succeed. Bottom one next. They also succeed. Okay, and then the priest. Hold on. Who is a good... Okay, none of them... That's just unlucky, because they all actually, even including the priest who has high wisdom, they all had a higher chance of failing than succeeding. I just rolled lucky. That is unfortunate. So Helios goes like strums and on his thing is like, oh shit, like they all like for a moment like these dazzling like illusionary lights go in front of them and they'll go, and then they snap out of it. And the priest and the bodyguards look even more enraged by this. Or actually,
that wasn't going to hurt you.
It's more like the bodyguard's enraged. The priest just looks more determined.
Yeah. So that was my action.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like ready a dodge then? Because I don't want to attack.
That also takes an action, unfortunately.
It's an action? Fuck, okay.
Yep.
I guess I'll just turn the Talvo and be like, alright.
Yes, we're doing this, man.
That brings us to... you could give Talvo the Bardic Inspiration if you want.
Alright, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
Kill him.
Yeah, you can't use Bardic Inspiration on yourself, so you might as well give it to Talvo, right? He's the only ally, so...
I can't inspire myself, that's depressing.
I think at a higher level you can, but it's... Yeah, yeah, so... Talvo, what are you gonna do?
Don't kill him.
What can I do other than kill them?
So so actually it's interesting. The way that works in D&D is that if you shoot someone with like an arrow, you can't control whether or not it kills them or like just knocks them out. But if you hit someone with a melee weapon and knock them out from it, you can actually say, I'm going to subdue them and knock them out. Basically the idea is hitting them with the pommel instead of like slashing their jugular, right?
Yeah, okay.
So if you as long as you're using melee, you can choose to spare them.
Okay, so I will be attacking to subdue.
Yep, gotcha.
For this combat until I declare otherwise.
Gotcha. Yep.
So yeah, I guess I'll come up here, get between my friend and the closest enemy.
Okay.
And just, whack them.
Okay.
Be like, please stop. I don't want to have to kill you.
Okay.
Is my weapon upgraded yet?
No. In fact, you might actually not even have your weapon.
I was kind of.
You would probably.
I have my dagger on me. I can just dagger it up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Or it could be like a normal rapier that you're using in the meantime. It's up to you.
But you ran past me. You can just grab the one out of my thing. I'm not even. Just toss the same sword.
But we can say the dagger because the dagger's +1, right?
Huh?
It's a +1 dagger, right? So.
Nope. No,
Oh, it's just normal
dagger. I never upgraded it because I don't use it.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll say yeah. You would just have your normal dagger then.
All right.
Okay. Actually, wait. That might hit. Actually, no, it doesn't. These guys are wearing like studded leather, like which is decent, right? But not super great. But it is actually higher than that, so that does not hit.
Joey's back up.
So yeah, unfortunately, you do not hit them there.
All right. And then. All right. With my bonus actions.
You could disengage and move away or something.
Oh yeah, I had movement. Oh.
That's kind of why I had to step in between.
Okay, I stood there. I was stunned by the stun attack failing. Like the lore.
I guess we'll try a hide, just to like.
You just crouched down.
Okay. Yeah. Again, this is gonna be more like just conceal where your next attack is coming from. Yeah. Yeah. And so okay. Yeah. At this point, the priest is gonna go, and as he steps forward, he kind of like chants out loud or says, basically, he says, he's gonna say, I serve the Black Wolf of Tapua, who brings balance to those who have sinned, to those who have killed the innocent. I will create balance in the world once again. And yeah, so he kind of like says this very commandingly as he steps forward. Oh, if I can, hold on. He steps forward, reaches out to grab at Talvo and try to give you the bad touch.
Okay.
So he's going to try to inflict wounds on you, which will be... okay, I don't have this set up, so I'm just going to have to manually add the number. Okay, so it's going to be plus... Okay. He rolls a 22. That's good. Now I gotta go look up inflict wounds. This is base level inflict wounds, so it's not gonna be insane. And well, actually, inflict wounds is already pretty good. Okay, yeah, so it's gonna be 3d10 necrotic damage. Oh fuck! He rolled badly. He rolled like shit on the damage. So you only take 10 necrotic damage, but it still hurts a lot. It's right. It's literally sucking the life out of you from where he touches you. He grabs onto Talvo's shoulder. Sucks some of the life.
Dexterity save against that?
No, it's an attack, a spell attack, right? So
okay.
the whole point of it,
I see.
yeah. Unlike a save, it's like if he had missed, you wouldn't take any damage. That's the kind of difference, right?
Yeah.
It's all or nothing, right? Whereas the save is normally like half.
I should be able to. But
I think. Don't you have something that can be used to reduce damage? I can't remember if it's limited.
Yeah, use my reaction though. It's uncanny dodge.
Did you use your reaction?
Oh no, that's a bonus action.
Yeah, you haven't used your reaction, so you could do that. The only question is if you think you're gonna take a bigger hit from one of the other guys before it gets back to you, right? Because you only have one reaction per round, right?
Let's take the half damage.
Okay, sounds good.
Ball.
Okay. And as he kind of like, he sees that it hits you, he can tell it didn't do a ton of damage, but he still smiles and he's like one step closer to bringing justice about in the world. And and he looks at you and he's like, the Avenger of the Avengers of Tapua have many servants. And he actually, with his other hand, as his hand is still on your shoulder, he whistles. And looking around, Actually, roll me perception checks, both of you.
Shit. I wasn't ready for that 1 second.
Rip.
Dude, D20 is so slow today for loading. There we go.
Sometimes it can be a little slow. Yeah.
I think that's stalling. What was it again?
Perception. Okay. So unfortunately, neither of you see this until the crossbow bolt is already in midair, flying at Talvo. Flying, and so afterwards you're gonna be able to see, but you don't see this till it's too late. A cloaked figure is on top of the roofs up here behind you guys. And they basically, as soon as the attack started and the dude whistled, they popped over the edge of the roof with a crossbow, and they're gonna shoot it at Talvo. This will have advantage because this is what the perception check for. Just like Talvo can do, right? Spoilers, this guy's also based on the rogue class. So, does that hit? I'm actually not sure. Does the 17 hit Talvo? What is your AC?
Nope. I'm an 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you have high dex and also your studded leather is enchanted. I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's really lucky then, because the bolt clatters to the ground, missing you by inches. It was really close, right? But it does miss you, and Talvo, looking down, you are you're used to these sorts of ambushes. You've done them in the past. Looking down, you're not surprised to see that the tip of the bolt is coated in some sort of green, like oozing liquid. It was poison.
This guy gets special bolts? I've been asking for magic arrows and shit.
It's not no, it's not. It's not magic. It's coated in poison. You could easily buy poison. In fact, didn't you literally have poison?
No.
You can buy poisons. Yeah, it's coated in poison, and so it's good that you didn't get hit.
Pick that one up.
You could pick it up and shoot it back. Well, okay, no, but it's a crossbow bolt. It's not really made for air.
You can still.
Now, that being said, since I only have my dagger, I could pick it up and stab this guy.
You could absolutely try to just stab it into the dude. Yeah, I'm gonna allow that.
Are we going kill?
Either way, though, this guy, you can tell, you actually hear this guy up here curse because he missed, and this was a good chance to hit. He had the best chance possible. That's his turn. That brings us to the guards, who are immediately... actually, this guy kind of orders them. He's like, take out the boar. And they're going to actually move in on Helios, while this guy focuses on Talvo. So, flanking you, so they have a +2 because they're flanking. They just have, they actually just have some long swords, and they're just going to start swinging them at you. 1, 2. I think those both hit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
God damn.
So, yeah. They, oh, wow, they rolled well. Yeah, so they actually roll right up. They actually normally don't. These guys are like not that strong, but a longsword is still a longsword. It's still gonna hurt when it hits, and so they just start hacking at Helios.
Well, minus 16.
Yep. And yeah, so they do a decent chunk of damage with hitting you there. It is Helios' turn though. No other surprise enemies. No other surprise enemies. I'm not that cruel.
Yet. Hold on, give me 1 second. I haven't used this before.
My Bardic Inspiration die wouldn't have mattered for that attack roll, would it?
Which one? The
11.
Oh, it actually could have. But it's yeah. But you would have said to roll decently high on it.
Oh, it isn't okay. That one.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So.
What level are so the items or the spells on the vial? So it says Cure Wounds is cast at 3rd level, but what are the other spell levels?
Default for whatever they are.
Okay.
So like if it's invisibility, it's normal invisibility, which is only on you.
Yeah.
All right. Or like fly. What are the other ones? Fly, levitate.
Fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil, and good, which I thought would be cool here, but doesn't work at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, you take
spell magic. It's like,
I mean,
he's a good guy, right? I looked at the description, it doesn't though.
Yeah, Detect Evil and Good is a very misleading spell name. It really is more like detect otherworldly creatures. Like it detects fiends and undead and shit.
It's protect from evil and good.
Yeah.
You could
But it's
cast Fly on me and I grab you and we just dip back to the castle.
I was gonna make you invisible, but that could work too.
It could work. Just remember, Fly is a concentration spell.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. How far can I move for Fly? F5E.
If you move out of these guys' range, you're gonna get 2 attacks of opportunity on you.
Also true, yeah. Willing to flying speed at 60 feet. The spell ends, the target creature falls unless it can stop.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if Adau went to go get laid and we just both fucking died?
How tall is this building over here?
Which
how
one?
High up is it? Like he's like what?
Oh, this
like
dude?
20 feet
It's
away,
like 20 feet, 20 feet up.
Okay, so like, okay.
So the way that diagonals work too is that like going up to the side is still only 1. So in other words, even if you're like, there's no hypotenuse or like whatever calculations, he's 25 away from you basically.
Okay, so it's even though he's up here, it's 25.
Yeah, because it's diagonal up, which is still the same as normal across. Yeah. It only becomes higher if he's higher than 25 up, right? Which he's not. So.
60. Yeah, they're gonna get 2 opportunities on me if I move. $60 feet is not a lot.
You could always just start attacking the boys.
Yeah, we could do that, but we're trying to avoid that.
No, I definitely just tried to stab that man in front of you.
That's also fair. Okay.
And they did shoot a poison-tipped dart at us.
That's also true, and they could hit it, and then we would just both fall to our death. So, you want to go rogue and go invisible?
I mean, I'm already hidden, or at least they won't know where my next attack is coming from.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
If you could just, like, do a little DPS so it's not just me.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes the best option is just to attack.
Fair.
We gave them
Not my
as many
character.
outs. We gave them as many outs as we possibly could.
No.
And they still
Right.
chose violence.
I have my new fancy thing. Okay. Actually, what armor is the priest guy wearing? Is he wearing
He's not
anything?
wearing any armor.
Any armor? Is he wearing
Were
any
you
like
about to try and heat metal that man?
they like crosses made out of
Actually, wait,
metal
let me
or
go check. No, actually, you know what? No, he is. He actually is wearing like a simple chain shirt. It is metal though.
Sure, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
If he would choose that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right.
Okay. Okay. There you go. So.
Something new.
Oh yeah. Well, here's no. A chain shirt is medium, so that would work. Okay. So yeah. So as you do this, he immediately starts going like ah. It's like his armor starts to literally burn his skin, right? He'll immediately take 2d8 fire damage. So go ahead and roll that.
Hmm.
Pretty good. That's a lot of damage. He's not visibly wounded from that, but it is a lot. And he screams out in pain.
It's a bonus action.
And yeah, on future turns, you can basically do that again.
So those spells I can use a bonus action. Oh, it's okay. I would have to wait till the next turn to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So
But I could just double down on one thing.
no, yeah. So and yeah, the other thing is since he can't drop the object, it's on him, right?
Yeah,
He
so he would have disadvantage on.
he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Because basically he's trying to deal with the pain of being burned alive in his armor.
I so hope I just get a fucking nat 20 on this nerd. Oh,
Same.
So yeah, so you do that. Do you want to move at all or anything?
Well, because they're gonna attack me regardless. But I think it's better to stay in place because they won't attack me and opportunity attack me.
Exactly. Okay, so you kind of sit
I
there.
just kind of turn to him and be like, "You want to be next?"
He kind of gritting
Can I
his
get an
teeth.
intimidation on that?
This dude is gritting his teeth and he shouts out like, "Take out the Boarman!" because this is a concentration spell. You can roll intimidation, yeah.
Please a good roll, Helios. Come on, man.
Oh, this is okay. I have a charisma. This is charisma, right?
They do. Okay, so they actually seem pretty like startled by this. I'm gonna roll here. Here's what we can do. We're gonna roll wisdom saves. Well, okay. So they actually kind of hesitate. They hesitate. And even though this guy has ordered them to attack you, they are not sure they want to. We'll see how that plays out. Alright, good. That's nice. And yeah, Helios, it's a matter of Helios just kind of like, even though Helios internally is probably like, oh shit, oh fuck. Like outside, Helios is like, he's like, you want to bring it on, right? And these guys are intimidated.
A full Boarman.
Yeah. Talvo, what are you going to do to follow us up?
We're grabbing the poison tip dart and we're gonna try and stab the priest.
Plunge it into his throat, basically. Yeah.
I'm a little pissed off. I had a couple drinks. I just want to fucking go home to my flying castle.
So
I'm mad that Adau got to go fucking hang out with a cute girl.
Well, you're having to deal with.
I have to deal with black market bullshit.
You're saying all of this.
You're having to deal with the consequences of Adau's actions. Well, and your actions, but mainly Adau. It was mainly Adau who tried to kill those soldiers way back, but yeah.
Touch his armor.
So yeah, you honestly you could just use your dagger for this. It's an improvised dagger, we'll say, right?
It's essentially,
yeah, but you will have.
It's not that much.
Yeah, you will have advantage because you rolled so well on your kind of deception check to see, or your stealth check to hide where your attack's coming from.
Which also means I do have my sneak attack, correct?
Yep, exactly. As long as you hit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is a hit. Again, he has like basic chain shirt. That's not enough to protect from this. You stab it into his neck. So first, just do your normal damage. Oh, you have to click on the dagger itself. In the chat. Yeah, just roll your damage. Okay, and that's actually barely enough not to kill him. So you're like
there's poison on it.
So yeah, so at first you're like, oh shit, as his face turns to like anger and he's just even more enraged. But then you literally see his veins like turning green from the poison spreading. And then he's like, and we don't even need to roll. I mean, actually, we will just because it's fun. Roll. So here's the thing. Roll 7d6.
Oh my
Holy shit! God. You were gonna die.
Why were you trying to kill us?
So here's the thing. There is a constitution save to make it half. Which he succeeds, but it's still more than enough to kill him. So feel free to... You can roll that TSM if you want. 76 damage. Just for fun. To see how much it was. So... yeah, so 24, which would, again, he actually succeeded. So it was half. In his, like, rage, his body tries to resist it. It's actually, like, literally magic power comes up and tries to expel this foreign substance. It's not enough. You hit him in his neck. And he just goes, oh. As he does this, he, like, grabs your arm, tries to inflict a wound, but he can't. He's already dying. But then he just looks at you and he says, we were granted vision of when you killed them. We know you will not escape us all. And then he just collapses dead.
Thank you. Okay. I no longer have concentration.
I'll be watching this guy crumple, and I kind of like turn around, look at the guy up where he's like shooting arrows, and I'm like, these guys are fucking cringe.
Yeah.
So that guy's dead. Here's the thing. I want both of you guys to roll me insight checks.
Oh no, they were
I have
holy people.
advantage on insight. Let's go.
Uh-oh. Is God gonna smite us now? Am I rolling insight?
Yep. So you can tell that these guys, it looks like they are actually like part of this religious order or whatever, but it doesn't seem like they're really fanatics of it. So they seem like they're like, okay, this is going bad. They look like they're about to retreat, basically.
Can I hit him with a persuasion, like, are we done now, or...
You don't even need to. They're already... It looks like they're going to run.
Oh,
however...
They were already
three of them?
Yes. However, this guy
he's like a fanatic. He doesn't want to give it up. Yeah.
You could tell he does not even care what's happening. He's reloading his crossbow. And guess what? It's his turn next. He looks down, kind of aiming between you guys with his crossbow. It looks like a modified crossbow, like maybe like a sniper crossbow. Looking between you guys, and he actually is not sure who to shoot, so I'm going to roll 1d2. If it's a 1, it's Talvo. If it's 2, it's Helios.
I feel like I would be the target.
Well, but the other dude also shouted out, like, kill the Boarman first, right? So
that's true. Okay. Yeah.
And this guy, while he doesn't care that the other dude died, but he certainly is going to take into consideration what was said, because that's intel, right? And so he's going to shoot at Helios. So Helios, we're gonna shoot at you. Oh, that's the wrong sheet. Here we are. I gotta check this one real quick. Does that hit?
Hold on. It's 14.
Okay, so he does manage to hit. Funk! And a crossbow lodges itself in your.
He only had one poison.
So here's the fun thing.
Looking at the other one, like
Here's the fun thing about the way that poison works in this game. You can use 1 flask of poison or vial of poison to coat 3 pieces of ammunition. That's default how it works. If you guys buy poison, that is also how it works. I promise I'm not just making that up. So I need. So first let's just do the normal damage from the crossbow.
I'm losing my mind.
Crossbow bolt.
Losing mine.
I have some you guys can, if you want to get him back.
After this, you guys can go buy some poison. Literally after this battle. So he did really bad normal damage. However, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Helios. It's actually enough to make it half. So instead
Thank God.
of where? Oh, there. Yeah. No, I already. Yeah. Fine. You're gonna take. Only so that's how much you would have taken if it was the full amount.
Okay.
Instead, you take 14.
Well, that was the half.
No. That's you half it after you roll, right? You roll and then you half. So yeah, you take 14 plus the 4 normal, right? So it's still a lot of damage, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah.
Helios, I'm pretty sure Helios is visibly wounded, right?
I have 20 left. Oh,
Yeah, below
I have
half health.
25 because I have temporary points.
Okay.
I don't know if I remove, do you remove temporary, when it happens, or do you save it?
Well, the temp
Goes
HP,
first.
what was the temp HP from?
It's been forever, I've just never gotten low enough to need it.
No, so temp HP expires after 1 day, so you wouldn't have that anymore.
Did Rhuk give us the bag of water?
Nah, he's got his bag of water with him.
Oh, he took it. Alright.
He's not gonna give that up. I don't even need to ask Tartrus. He would not have given that up.
Yeah, that's a very Rhuk move.
So yeah, you don't have the temp HP, unfortunately. Sorry, yeah. You lost your 3,000 sips. Well, actually, it was only like 1,500 by the end, right? Yeah, so anyways. So Helios is visibly wounded, Talvo, and you can see this. So here's the thing we need to debate real quick. These guys are technically still enemies. Should he get a sneak attack bonus as well? Because normally he would get. This guy would normally get sneak attack.
They're intimidated by me right now, so they're
I'm gonna say that they're not.
On me.
I'm gonna say that unless you guys attack them, they're non-combatants. So I'm not gonna do that. That'd be mean to stack more damage on. I would never do that. So. It is.
Had a plan in the back of your mind.
It is their turn next. They're just gonna run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll let them go.
Yeah, if you guys aren't gonna attack them, they're just gonna run and be out of the picture. Okay. And in fact, I'll just delete them off the map because they're literally just gonna run off, disappear into an alleyway, and fuck off.
They know who I am now.
Yeah, it seems like one of those things where, like, if you let them go, you might see them again in the future, but also. They know you guys and know that you guys are a threat.
So a Adau can take a hit.
Yeah. Alright, Helios, your turn.
Okay. Is giving an item to somebody in my party an action, or is it just kind of like a here?
It's an object interaction, yeah. You get like 1 free object interaction every turn.
Okay, would you like some free poison to put onto 3 arrows?
Do you have poison?
I have wyvern poison.
Oh shit! Yeah, so you guys have wyvern poison. So you get
wyvern.
What?
It's poison from a wyvern.
No, it's poison from a wyvern. Like, wyverns have like a barbed tail, and so the idea is someone went and killed a wyvern and harvested poison from it.
Yeah. So would you like some as a backup?
So would me applying it, the 3 arrows, be also a free action?
So unfortunately, applying poison takes an action. The idea is...
And here's also the thing is, since I'm also upgrading my bow, I don't have my bow on me.
That's true. Yeah.
Shit.
So you can also use it on like melee weapons, but you'd have to be able to hit them, right? Yeah. So unfortunately, the way poison works is it takes an action to apply. Think about it like this: this dude knew that he was about to ambush you guys, so he had time before it started to basically pull out some bolts, dip him in poison. He was prepared. You guys were not, which is why
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have your bow. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later.
For now. Just go.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. That's. So I like to think of Helios is like, here, take this poison. He's like, take this poison, but also, boom, and he's all of a sudden like getting his brains blown out. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, roll or I need to roll intelligence saving throw. So that's.
I can just picture in my head like the scene of what it would look like. This is a really fun one.
Ooh. Okay, so roll your 76.
Like
he's gonna take the full damage. It's kind of a bad roll. At least he takes the full amount. So he takes
a few drinks.
He takes the 14 damage.
Bro, 14.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Sometimes it happens though. But that's still not bad. It's still better than you could have done by just like, you know, hitting him with your weapon, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, if I had mass healing word, cure wounds was a fucking action.
It's okay. I got you next turn. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Don't come out of melee range, please.
No, don't worry. I'm just gonna sit right here. We don't have to run anybody else. I don't have anything else I can really do.
Okay. Yeah. Right. And Talvo still has his bardic inspiration from before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 1 second. Might have something.
I think that's about. I don't think there's many other bonus action spells that you have. We'll say, yeah. So unless you find anything else, it'll be Talvo's turn.
I'm going to use this.
You spend
Bonus action. I can spend the bardic inspiration to disinspire that guy. So if you mess up, I have another shot.
So it's only the next saving throw they make, though.
Yes. So it's there.
Okay. So that'll only matter if Talvo does something to him.
Yeah. Or if I do something.
Well, no, because it expires before the start of your next turn. Yeah.
Start. Oh, never mind. I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. I'm just making. I'm just making sure you know how it works, so you don't waste it.
The fine print at the end.
No, you're
I
good.
subtract that. Don't do that. Thank you for reading the fine print. I didn't.
No, you're good. No, this is what the DM's for, right? Yeah. All right. Well, so if that's it, then you can yell at him, and then Talvo goes.
Just...
So, I gotta reopen my character sheet. I accidentally closed. So first of all, Talvo saw this man got very hurt. So we're gonna use the pommel of my sword.
Yeah, nice. That's a bonus action too, right? Yeah.
And his boss around the head.
Yeah. Well, it's basically.
Back on the way by.
Yeah, the pommel basically is like it's like a syringe like pops out and you go, you know, maybe not an actual syringe, but it's like basically it's just like once he activates it and puts the pommel to someone, magical energy just flows from the pommel to whoever it is. So yeah.
Nice.
So that's 8 points back for you.
Yeah.
That's my charisma, which is 4.
Which is a flat 8.
Yep. You get 8 back. Which isn't a ton, but the important thing is that it's just like free. Talvo can do it basically whenever. So.
Well, I can do it once per
or once a day, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take an action though.
Maybe once. Wait, no, I don't have it. I don't have my rapier. I can't do that.
Oh yeah. Wait, you're right.
He sucks it back out of me. Nope.
I forgot that. Yeah. That's the whole point. Is that the rapier? You want to have the rapier upgraded because you don't want to lose this extra. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Why do I tell on myself?
Bro,
like
I'm like sticking out of me.
You know, here, I appreciate you being honest. I'm gonna let you get inspiration for that. See, I reward stuff like that. If you're honest and tell me something, to be honest, I think that's worth inspiration. Yeah.
To be fair, I had no idea about that, so I was just going.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it's on my rapier, so it's a family heirloom. It's pretty sick.
I'm just sitting there like bolt sticking on my neck, like.
Okay, well, in that case, can I reach this guy?
On fly?
So I would say not with your normal movement, but if you dash with your bonus action,
Okay.
then I would say you also need to make an acrobatics check. But if you do both,
we can do.
yeah, acrobatics check and then some extra. Oh yeah, that's totally enough. You with ease, you are able to make it up to him. Basically,
Yeah.
you climb on like a pipe on the side of the building and you scramble up it.
So up in this guy's face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there any way? It looks like I could probably dissuade this guy from continuing to attack.
As you get up here, most of his face is covered, but obviously his eyes are uncovered, and you just see like it's not really even hatred. It's not that like personal to him. It's just like a solemn duty. It seems like this guy is just like religiously devoted to what he believes is bringing balance to the world.
I get people like that at work all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will be attacking him, but we'll be attacking to subdue, not kill.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it doesn't seem like he actually hates you personally. It's just he thinks this is the right thing to do. So
I'm just following orders.
I mean, yeah, from what the other guy told you, it seems like they have literally been, like the other dude was saying, they literally saw a vision of you doing this, right? And you guys would know that, like, it wasn't necessarily actually given by the gods, because the gods don't have influence here, really.
Don't exist, yeah.
But they choose to believe that it was from the gods, and they can still, stuff like divination magics to receive visions still work. It's just that the visions come from magic itself rather than a god.
That being said, when I do get my frickin' rapier back, can we upgrade the D4 of healing to like a D6 or a D8?
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, anyway, I whipped on this guy, so...
Yeah, so unfortunately, not going to be a hit there.
And I already used my bonus action. I used up all my movement.
Yep.
Staring him down.
You are staring down. And it seems like he was actually kind of prepared for this, or like knew there was a possibility. Because he quickly reaches, it's his turn now, he quickly reaches where there's a short sword on his hip, pulls it out. You see, unfortunately, the same green glistening
motherfucker
on this.
Inspiration, you have the bar, you didn't die.
Thank you.
And he is going to he just like jabs out with the short sword, trying to hit you. See if he hits.
Nope.
He misses. He misses. So you see this again glistening poison on the tip of it. Goes really like matrix dodge under it, and you see it. It's still there, so if he hits you on a future turn, it'll still do that poison damage. But at least for now, you're not hit yet.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, that's it for that. Helios, your turn.
Well, there's not much I can do. I don't have a bonus action, so run over there.
You could use your full action, your normal action to run.
Also true. Incapacitated. There's no real use for that. I don't know, man. There's not much like I can think of here.
Can you heal up so I don't have to worry about you getting me?
I don't have anything to. I mean, I could just cure wounds on myself. That is true.
Yeah.
That would not be dumb. You are very my friend.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. I mean, unfortunately, it's an action.
It's an action, but it is also, if you're using the one that's in the viol, it's higher level too. It's not
true, but
so,
I like keeping the option to fly available.
Well, but you can still fly too. You remember you get one of each of those per day.
What?
Yeah, you get one of each of those per day, not like one of.
I have been misled. I thought it was one.
No, yeah,
per day.
I'm not getting cool poison arrows. Helios doesn't get to use all those cool spells.
No, that's not my fault. Helios. I should have made it more clear, but yeah, you get to you can like you each of those once a day. You can fly once a day, levitate once a day, cure wounds once a day.
Going at it.
Yeah, you can do all of those once a day.
I'm doing that one then.
Okay, so yeah, so then roll. It'll be.
I turned around and look at the instructions on the back. And like,
yeah. So yeah, so in that case, roll it'll be 3d8 plus your charisma modifier.
My God.
So actually, it's a good bit.
Which is +3 now because I upgraded it.
Yeah. So you get 11 HP back.
Glad I did that. Okay.
Yeah. And you could still move up to the edge of the roof. It just wouldn't be any further up.
Would I be hidden? Like, is there, because I'm like under the edge here?
No, this would be like as you're climbing up to the top, over the edge, right?
Well, is he climbing or is he staying at the bottom?
Well, yeah, do you want to stay at the bottom? You can stay at the bottom instead.
Because you could just stay at the bottom and then just kind of like next turn peek out and see what's been happening up there.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
actually, yeah, you'd be like here then, and then you would, yeah. All right, that works. Talvo, your turn.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's try and stab this guy again.
Okay, it's a hit. That is a hit. And since you're in a one-on-one, this is where your swashbuckling stuff lets you use sneak attack. The idea being that you could just basically, yeah. Now it's a low roll, but it's better tn nothing. And 17 damage, that's still a lot. That's still a good bit. He is not even visibly wounded. This guy actually seems pretty tanky. And he just snarls at you. Anything else, or?
I need to think power behind that.
You know, the good old-fashioned, don't know where it's coming from next.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Roll the, so that's a pretty good roll. Alright, was that all?
Okay, so, it is very slow today. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was the first one, the 24.
Yeah. Can we say, since I would be getting sneak attack on him anyway, this is me kind of bobbing and weaving, and maybe he gets disadvantage on hitting me?
No, because like, because that would be like the dodge action, right?
No.
But what I'm doing is I'm using the hide action, so it should be harder for him to hit me, right?
No, that would be a little too OP, right? Because like, the idea is, it's, you know, it would have to be either one or the other, right? Either you get the offensive bonus or the defensive bonus. I think it makes more sense to say that it's an offensive bonus, right? Because the whole point is that the dodge action exists for this reason, right? And there's a specific reason that they say you can't use dodge for your bonus action, right? Or actually, wait, can you? I don't think you can, right? Well, you can dash, disengage, hide as a bonus action.
I specifically have bonus actions, which is...
Yeah, it's a rogue thing.
Dash, disengage, or hide.
Yeah, so they would say dodge if it was an option, so, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Gotta respect rules as written.
Yeah, so he will try to stab at you again with his poisoned not cross. He's gonna stab you with the crossbow. Yeah, the short sword. All right, so let's see.
Fuck, that hits.
Let's go. Luckily for you, he also can't use his sneak attack because he doesn't have any allies, and he's not a swashbuckler, so he doesn't get as much stuff with that. So you're gonna take 6 normal damage. Okay. So here, wait to half that, because because then also the second
quarter it.
So the second part comes in where the poison starts to enter your bloodstream, and you immediately feel the debilitating effects. So I need your roll a Constitution saving throw. So you're gonna take the full damage.
Oh yeah, I do have this. I have the 1d4 bardic.
It's not 1d4. It's what is it? 8d8. I'll just let you know. It's still unlikely to succeed, but it is possible if you use the bardic inspiration. The d8.
And you gave me inspiration for telling the truth.
You could use that on a d8 roll and get 2 d8s.
Well, no, could I use that on my Constitution?
Oh yeah, you could do that. You could re-roll Constitution saving throw.
Well,
okay, we'll stick with the 8. Okay, so I got the bad news is unfortunately still not high enough to clear the DC.
So it's 6 plus 25, which is 31, but then I use Uncanny Dodge, so it's...
I have a second
It's
one.
15. Yeah, it rounds down. So, still a good bit, but...
54 minus 15, 39?
39, yeah. So, also, just a fun fact, if you want an easy way to do it, when you, like, click on your token, you know how it pops up with the, like, circles? If you just click on your circle and then literally type minus whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've been doing.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a math degree, but fuck that.
Yeah. So,
I have an engineering degree.
So, yeah.
Computer do the work.
Yeah. So he does hit you, and it's kind of like, yeah, you're duking it out here. The good thing is the poison is now worn off of his blade. It's a one use when it's on the blade. Helios, it's your turn.
Okay. See, I don't know if
I guess after like getting hit there, I would like yell out to you guys like, "Need a little help here, dude."
I'm climbing.
Oh yeah. It would like
finish climbing them.
Yep, it would take like 15 of your movement, but that means you have 15 left.
Yeah, which is 3 squares.
Yep, and you can do diagonals, so you can make it behind him if you want. Mm-hmm.
Ooh. All right, let's just.
Flanking bonus is the thing, right? So.
Should use.
Clock him in the back of the head.
I was gonna say, can I just bonk him?
Sure. Yeah, you could try to hit him.
Yes, I'll do that, but then with the intent to like not kill him or whatever that's called.
Yep, subdue. Yeah, you do this, and a 14 would not hit. However, you're flanking, which adds 2, and that actually makes it a hit. So the flanking helped here. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Probably.
That's really unfortunate. Well, you know, it's better than nothing. Yeah. So there you go. You do a little bit of damage to him. That's unfortunate. Is that all? I'm assuming.
Want to re-inspire me?
Oh yeah, you could re-bardic inspire him.
I was gonna say, I can't use it, so go ahead.
Yep. All right. There you go. So
0.
that brings us to Talvo then.
We will again try to subdue this son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We're just like Tom and Jerry fucking bonking on both sides.
Oh my fucking god!
You could use your bardic inspiration here.
Okay.
It's actually well within the range of mattering. Because remember, you're... Oh yeah, that's a hit. Yeah. Because remember, you also have +2 for flanking, so that's actually a 20 with that. So that's that's a hit. Not a nat 20.
I'm like, yeah.
So roll your damage with sneak attack. Oh, whew, that's a good roll.
Oh no.
So that's pretty good. 24.
This is to subdue, not kill.
Yep, he's not dead. He's visibly wounded now, though. So you're taking a good toll on his health here.
And I am like, after I'm like, buddy, please stop. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This isn't looking for you. Please make me stop hitting you.
Okay. All right, and that's gonna bring us to him. And he is going to
You can't serve your god if you're dead, my man.
He actually completely agrees, which is why he's gonna pull a Brave Sir Robin and run away. He's going to disengage.
Okay, you can do that. Well, can you do that is that an action?
Similar to you, it's a bonus action. So he's gonna disengage, then use his normal movement. What he's actually doing is he's gonna run over here and jump to the other building, which it actually takes a little extra movement. Then he's going to action dash and just run. And by the time it's the end of his turn, he's like a few tiles off the edge of the screen. So here's what it comes down to. Do you guys want to chase him? If so, we'll go out of initiative and it's going to be a more cinematic chase sequence. But you don't have to chase him. It's up to you.
Try to subdue him and be like, all right, like what the hell, man? You're out like what, the whole who are you working for deal. It's clearly they're running to somebody. They're going to come back.
Yep, it's like I said.
You can at least be more prepared for when Adau's done fucking and he's like, hey, you guys are coming for you. We know who it is. As opposed to, hey, we could be at any random point be attacked again. Like, we could get some information.
But here's what I'm thinking, is perhaps not pursuing this guy, letting him live, would at least give us a little bit of, like, wiggle room. We're not done dealing with these dudes, right? Like,
yeah, it's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah. But it'd be like, hey, listen, we did everything we could to not kill you guys. Even though you were using extremely lethal poison against us.
Yeah.
We let him go when we could have very clearly killed him because we're badasses and he's a little girl.
Well, don't you? This guy, I can't remember. Did you kill him or subdue him? You subdued him, right? Or I guess.
Stabbed him. I mean, I
guess it's the poison. Yeah, the poison would have killed him. They can't really subdue with poison because it's like the poison's gonna do its thing. Yeah.
But I mean, that was just a little accident. I was only what you met me with.
And to be fair, this guy, like, he had that scroll, and like just looking at him, you're pretty sure he has other documents on him, so you could probably get some information just from his body.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you're gonna not chase that guy down.
I would be like,
but the idea of a cinematic chase scene is a lore.
it is kind of cool. We could get even more information if we do.
It's up to you.
I mean, how far away is he?
Well, so it's basically at this point it would just be back and forth chasing. So normally, if an enemy runs away and they get off the edge of the map or like out of kind of range, right? It would turn into a chase sequence of contested rolls, basically.
So there isn't any way for Helios here to like try. What's his dazzle? You couldn't hypnotic pattern him.
I would say he would have one shot at trying to hypnotic pattern if he can.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then maybe we just immediately try that, and then we'll decide whether it works.
Okay, yeah, if it works,
work, then you know he dips. Not
all right.
have a lot of it.
Yeah, sounds good. That sounds good. So then, nice spell save DC.
Distance.
What is it? Wisdom saving throw. Okay, he's not great at those.
Oh, I already used up my
owned.
Okay.
Owned.
So actually, yeah, we'll say that it's like one of those things where he is like about to jump off the other roof over here, right? And then he kind of is like, ugh, just like stops and goes, ugh. And as a result, you don't even have to chase him. You hop over to this other roof. You just go and grab him, and literally you can just tie him up before he even snaps out of it. This has caused quite a commotion in the streets, by the way. A few Boarman guards are coming over and inspecting this body here.
Yeah. But I mean, I give him like a flash of the signal or the sign thing. He'd be like, "Hey."
Yeah, the seal. Yeah, they would.
We got this first.
They would come over and they would actually. It seems like they're not really intent on like causing problems for you. Once they recognize the seal and who you are, they're basically more like, "Do you need help? Are you okay?" Right?
Hey, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so they'll basically just like be like, okay, then they'll basically let you deal with the body as you wish, I guess.
Essentially, I would ask like, hey, you guys just want to help us like carry this guy back to our castle and figure out what the fuck his deal is?
Okay, yeah, they'll help you do that. Yeah. So yeah, so you guys basically have tied up this dude and you take the body as well of the dead priest guy, and after like a minute of hypnotic pattern, the guy snaps out of it. He's like, what? And like tries to run, but he's bound, so he can't. But yeah. Boarman will escort you back to the castle. The castle does have like a small like brig, like a little prison room.
A dungeon.
Yeah, dungeon, yeah.
And we should give him like a ration. We'll be nice to him. He's in the brig, but like we'll treat him like he's like guest, sort of. It'll be like, hey, like. Yeah,
the instructions we would give the prison guards like, listen, dick, but kind of had a good reason to try and kill us.
All right. So yeah, and yeah, I actually think this is a good spot to actually wrap up a few minutes earlier than normal. But I think I think this is a good spot to wrap up so that next time we play, when Duncan is back, you guys can be like, hey.
At 3 a.m. wasted off his ass.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Remember this guy.
Yeah. So yeah. And you guys will figure out next time. Next time I'll
we stand at the door like a stern parent, just like.
Yeah. Next time you'll also be able to. Yeah. Next time you'll also be able to.
Still got the crossbow bolt sticking out of.
Yeah. Yeah. So but yeah, next time we play, you guys will be able to deal with this, figure out maybe a little more information from this guy somehow. And yeah, it does seem like. You had to, even if you didn't come that close to dying, you had to deal with some nuisances from your past actions.
What do you mean, my past actions?
Somebody's past actions.
We're gonna have a talk.
Yeah, you guys will have a talk about this, I'm sure. But I'm interested to see what Duncan will say.
Listen, tell him to not watch this because I think it'll be way funnier. Just come back into it and explain it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so so I think that will actually do it for tonight's session. A little bit of a short one, but we knew that we only were gonna have two of us. And that's the other thing too. Is like George said, is that like that encounter. At first it was fine, right? The priest dude was not that strong. The guard dude's not that strong, but then the dude, sniper crossbow you guys.
Who knew 6d6 or 8d6 on our squishy would be so scary?
Well, that's as soon as you said 76, I'm like, wait, I have that too.
Yeah, you also have like I said, you guys can easily buy poison for the future too. It is expensive though. It becomes pretty expensive. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that Talvo didn't have any of his improved weapons, he was just
that too. Yeah. That's gonna do it. You guys streaming later tonight or in the future this week?
Thinking about it, I might do Peggle today, but I'm also I've been up since 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You know how it is.
Think about it.
I more or less stream every day, either 5 or 7.
You can never tune in, but I'm watching in spirit.
Yeah. I will be. I'll actually probably be going live again in about an hour or so. I think George, who's in chat right now, George and I were going to be doing a Peggle lockout again. And
excuse me? Do you not remember your stream last night?
What?
Do you not remember what you promised?
I don't remember what I promised. What did I promise? I said I'd do.
We got some tea.
After D&D, we could play a little bit of Tetris.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I made the promise to George before that. It was like we can do Tetris as well. I don't know. Like I don't know when George is ready. Like if George is even ready yet, but. I gotta make dinner for myself.
Tetris too? You guys should start with Tetris and then do
I haven't eaten anything all day, so I gotta go make dinner first. So, either way, I'll be live again in like an hour or something like that, or less even. But maybe we could do some teddies, and then George. I don't know how late George stays up though. I don't think he stays up that late. So.
But it'll be up all night.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking mad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will. We'll see everyone later for D&D, and yeah. Bye bye.
See ya.